Alright, welcome to this new video. In this video, we're going to talk about how to trade the London session. You'll get two frameworks you can use to frame your best London entries. London is known for setting the high or low of the day, so it's a very important concept to know. First, we're going over the framework, and then we dive into the charts to see some examples. So without further ado, let's dive in. The first part of the framework is the Asia expansion. Let's go over the rules. First rule is that the Asia session already hit a higher time frame array. As example, this is the Asia session, this is the London session. The red line is the higher time frame array. That can be a bearish order block, bearish fair value gap, an old high. If you're not familiar with the PD arrays, make sure you watch the previous videos of the mentorship to fully understand this. Second rule is that Asia has already created fair value gaps. So there was a tap on the higher time frame array and then displacement lower, leaving fair value gaps. Then London starts, and in London you have the classic AMD, the power of 3, accumulation, manipulation, distribution. The manipulation part, when Asia already expanded, the manipulation part should be in the Asia fair value gap. And the last rule is that you need to have a clear drawn liquidity. That can be an old high or low or an imbalance. So here you have Asia expands lower after hitting the higher time frame array, then displaces lower. London comes back into the fair value gap before displacing lower to the clear drawn liquidity. The second part of the framework is the Asia consolidation. This is the most well-known framework for London session. It's when Asia session did not hit the higher time frame array yet, and it just consolidates inside the Asia session. And then London starts and it manipulates towards that higher time frame array, and then displaces lower with fair value gap towards the clear drawn liquidity. So it's very important before you start your trading day to see, is there an important higher time frame array that can be on the 4-hour, the daily, the weekly, the monthly? Then look at, okay, what did Asia do? Did Asia already tap into that array, yes or no? And then you know if you have your Asia expansion framework or your Asia consolidation. With that in mind, let's dive into the charts to see some examples. In this first example, we're looking at AUD at the 4-hour chart. We took liquidity down here, displaced upwards, then we traced all the way back, and we are at the OTE area. We are here with a order block inside a fair value gap. So this area is marked out. This is going to be an example where we have a Asia expansion. So let's see how that looks like on the lower time frame. So here we are at the 5 minutes, and you see Asia tapped into the order block already, and then we already had some displacement, leaving a fair value gap. We are tapping in, and let's see what we do at London. At London, 2 a.m. right here, we have another fair value gap, and because we already traded into the higher time frame array, we don't need London to go there. We can just trade from the Asia expansion. Trades into it, expands again, and take an entry from this fair value gap, or already more aggressive from this one. Let's say you take an entry from here, stop loss below the low, your TP at the 4-hour CB, have a nice 1 to 2, 1 to 2, 4. Got the 1 to 3, that's also even possible. You're good there. And let's see what price does. You see, it gives you lots of time to step in here. And eventually you see that New York is expanding, and then it reached the target. This next example, we're looking at GU at the 5 minute. Let's look what Asia did. We have a old daily low right here, and Asia did consolidate. Asia didn't expand. So we have an Asia consolidation profile. What we then want to look at is, okay, do we get a London manipulation higher or lower? And then where's the obvious drawn liquidity? In this case, we have a 4-hour CB resting here with figure swings. So when London manipulates lower, then displays upwards, you can find an entry towards the 4-hour CB, making this a Asia consolidation. So the classic power of 3. So starting London or pre-London, goes lower, taking out the daily low. There's no expansion yet, so there's no trade in this. So now you're just on the sidelines. Now we are inside the London Killzone. And here you see that energetic move upwards. Also during the London silver bullet between 3 and 4, and we have created a fair value gap. We have multiple fair value gaps. You know this already, but if you have multiple fair value gaps, I like to use the first one and then let my stop loss give room for price to trade to them before going to the target. Your profit will of course be less, but I like to be in a clear move. I'll do my entry here, stop loss below, right here. And here, you see, I'm not going to take a 1, 2, 1, 2. So I want to have at least a 1 to 2 or 1 to 3. But then I'll put my stop right here and see if we can get tagged into get a 1 to 2. And yes, we do. So here, Asia consolidation, London manipulation, distribution, second fair value gap, place higher again, contract one more time before going to the target. And this last example, we're looking at Euro US dollar at the 5-minute chart. And we just swept a 4-hour low on Monday. And then on Tuesday, we're looking for a potential trade. During Asia, we already swept yesterday's low. So it's not necessary for price to come back to this before going higher. We have a clear target all the way up here, all those filler swings towards here. Low-hanging fruit are these filler swings for this fair value gap. And let's see what we do. Did Asia expand already? But there are fair value gaps here. Fair value gap here, but they are disrespected. So there's no extension here. Let's see right here. We strap liquidity here, leaving a fair value gap 1 and 2. Let's see if it holds. And start of London, you see it doesn't hold. So that's why I need to wait for London, what it does at the start. And you see already pre-London, it looked like Asia was about to expand. We already took out that 4-hour low and also Monday low, but the expansion didn't hold. So then it's just waiting for London, what we could do. The idea is still valid. Let's see what we get. There's no trade ID here. We are around 3 a.m. right now. And then you see the first signs of life to the upside. No fair value gaps yet. In this whole move, you were like, okay, perhaps I missed the move, but there's no room for any fair value gap. You see, it's all balanced. There's no move in this. And price comes back all the way, and then it creates a fair value gap. That's very interesting. Okay, there's signs of life. So this was perhaps a little fake move. You see how the bodies are respecting the fair value gap. And let's see, you have here fair value gap 1, fair value gap 2. Then this could become very interesting. So then I would take my entry right here. That is fair value gap with the possibility for price to come back to the lows here. So my stop loss will be around here. Then the target, my target is most of the time a 1 to 2, 1 to 3. If that here or there already, you want to fill your swings 1 to 6, target 1 to 7. Let's stick with a 1 to 3 for now. And let's see what we get. And at the start of the Euro currency open, you have your TP. And then it shouldn't matter what price does afterwards. You have your clear accumulation, manipulation, distribution. So there was the second part of the framework, the Asia consolidation, the London manipulation, and then the distribution towards the rest of the day. Thank you for watching this video. In this video, we went over the 2 best strategies to use during the London session, the Asia consolidation and the Asia expansion. If you like this kind of videos, please like and subscribe, share it with all your trading friends, and I'll see you in the next one.